I want to hold your hands when I say this. Okay, so I'm going to virtually hold your hands when I say this. You deserve a rich life. You deserve that good things happen to you. You are required to have a rich life. And don't miss this. You have a rich life. Hey, it's your girl Sherry Summer Bell, and I just want to do give you that reminder because I know sometimes that we forget that. And by having this reminder, I know your brain right now is saying, "But Sherry, I don't feel rich. I don't feel the rich you just said. I know I deserve it. I know I'm working hard, but why don't I feel it?" And that's what I want to unpack with you on this video right now. This conversation stemmed from a conversation that a message that my pastor was preaching in church on Sunday. As of today was yesterday. And he talked about how the idea is if you have Maslow's law of hierarchy law, where if you have food, shelter, clothing, you are already doing better than 75% of the world. So even though you may say that you don't feel rich, I can guarantee you, I can almost tell you that there are other people right now in your same situation that they're looking at you like, baby, if I had your life, if I just had your life, even there are some enemies right now that wants your life. Okay. Whether they say it or whether they agree that they would, of course, nobody would agree to that. But you are already rich. That's what I want you to know. Because even if you have food to eat, you have family that love you, you have a spouse that love you, that takes very good care of you. Thank God for that one. If you have clients or you have people that you surround yourself with that give you positive, you have a rich life. You have it. It's with you. You just got to walk in like you already have it. And sometimes because we're walking in lack, you're believing in lack. I don't have this yet. I don't have the house what I want yet. I don't have the car that I want yet. I don't have the thing that I want yet. So we think that we don't have a rich life. When reality is there are people that are willing to trade places with you, with your current state, and wish they had that state. And I'm going to be honest with you because before you can get into the technical of how to continue to develop that from a monetary side, you have to believe that. You have to have self trust to believe that because I can give you the strategy, which I make sure that I am definitely going to do that. But you have to believe that for you because based on how you activate the strategy is exactly how the outcome works. Plenty of times when we do a strategy and we're like, oh my God, the strategy didn't work. Well, it didn't work because the believer that's doing it didn't believe enough, didn't walk in it enough. So no matter what strategy was given, it just wasn't going to work. And sometimes life happens to remind you of how rich your life is. Things happen in your life to remind you just how rich your life is. And trust me, I know. And I know you're also saying, Sherry, I'm trying to grow this business and you just don't understand how the enemy has been attacking my business as much as I'm trying to grow from the left, from the right, from my personal. Trust me, I know. But one of the things that I am big on, one of the things that I just wrapped up a meeting with my therapist 2 minutes ago. And I was like, you know what? I said, I'm not emotional. I said, I'm not an emotional girl. I was raised in Jamaica and we were raised maybe alpha women, tough women. And when we have a trigger and we gotta, my husband's like, that's the only woman I know have a Glock 22 and a machete. Which one, what you want to do? Okay. You're like, it's one of those, it's one of those things. Okay. Pretty and petty. Okay. So, but anyway, with that being said, with that being said, she says, yeah, but that's cultural. You weren't born that way. And when my therapist said that, she's like, but that's cultural. You weren't born that way. You need to get you a therapist. I'm trying to tell you, that was the best thing that I ever done for myself is invest in paying for a therapist. because she can see my as high achieving as I am, she can see blind spot. I'm telling you, my therapists have saved me from the things that I want to do that's in my thoughts sometimes. That she's like, remember who you are? Like, I'm like, so get you a therapist, get you a pastor, get you a therapist. All of that is having a rich life. The fact that I can sit here and said, okay, my therapist says this is pure definition of a rich life. I was talking to my son the other day, and I was like, and I said, side note, this is my ADHD kicking in. I said something to him. I had my Christian Dior bag on the table, and I'm going through it, my bag to get my keys out for my car. And he's like, and I'm telling him the life that I had when I was living in Jamaica. And I said, I had to work hard for this. And I'm going through my bag. I had to work so hard. You don't understand the life that I had. It was very hard. Our bathroom was somewhere else from the house. And I was just going through all this stuff. And my son is lifting up my purse like, yeah, I get it. You had a hard life. And he's holding my Christian Dior hands and bag in his head. And he's like, you had a hard life. He weren't buying anything I was saying, even though I was trying to show him like this is not how life we started out. But all he could see at the time was me holding a bag that I bought in Dubai. Just say, this is the life I had. Now, we can laugh at it now, but I got my 14-year-old son's point. I got his point. He's 13 now, but 13-year-old son point. I got it. I got his point. His point is, it's hard for me to understand or hear what you're saying when you're holding this as a symbol of this is what it's like now. And I had to pause and say, why am I so desperate for him to see lack? Why am I so desperate to be in survival mode? And he had to teach me like, okay, no, we're not negating that didn't happen, but you are living a rich life now. And it's not even the Christian Dior purse that made that happen, but you're living a rich life because you realize you have a rich life. The purse is just a byproduct of it, but you are living a rich life. You have a husband that loves you. You have your son that loves you. You have some amazing, high caliber, rich women who is rich in life as well that love you. You have clients that love. So I had to start looking for the thing. It wasn't hard for me to look for people who have supported and support our marriage and support different things and so on. So I want you to kind of take a second before we get into how do we create this monetary rich. I want you to just kind of take a second and start writing down what does your own rich life look like for you, because I guarantee you when Pastor was talking about if you have water, food, clothing, shelter, you're already doing better than 75% of the world right now. When he said that in church on Sunday, which was like yesterday when my husband and I was in church, and he said that, I'm like, wow, like there are people right now would trade places with the problems that you say you have. They would switch problems with you. That made me sit in it. That made me sit like that made me sit in it. That made me grateful. That made me ask for forgiveness. That made me put on that machete and the gun. I just said like, okay, God, fight the battles, right? Because, okay, I got you. I hear you. I hear you. But truth of the matter is, you have to believe that for your own self. You have to believe. So if you're saying, I don't want to be rich, rich is greedy, too late, you already are. You already are. And you came from somebody that's already are. So too late. Now I need you to walk in it. I need you to embrace it. I need you to walk in. I need you to embrace it. I need you to, every single day you wake up, the enemy is going to try to tell you that you're not. And I want you to create reminders that you are rich. Rich in value, rich in strength, rich in monetary, rich in life, rich in love. You have a rich life. Whether you agree, whether you see it, whether you understand it, whether you feel it, you have a rich life because there are people who will trade places with you right now. Yes, the lead didn't work out the way you thought it was going to work out. Yes, the client says no. Yes, the sales call didn't go where we need to go. But that's just a minute piece of a bigger picture. You come home to someone that loves you, that caters to you. You come home to kids that love you, You come home to a house, a home, something, apartment, something that's your own. You come home to that. You have a job. You have money coming in. You are entrepreneur. You are helping people improve their problems, whatever problem that you solve. The ability to do that, and I have been doing that since 2017. I've not been on somebody's job. The ability to do that automatically tells you that you have a rich life. Those are just so much evidence. I just want you to take a second to truly write down so you can unpack it for your own self. What are some amazing wins and things that have happened to you? What are some amazing things and wins that are happening to you? Because sometimes it's hard for you to see the win because you have been walking in the spirit of lack for so long that you don't see the win. You have been walking in the spirit of lack. So you're blinded by Instagram and Facebook. And let me tell you, they're not a real place. It's not a real place. You know when you know you're rich? Is when the storm and the devil come to take you out and they could not. You won. You stand firm. You know when I know I'm rich? When my marriage survived things that it would never thought it could survive. I know I'm rich when my son will sit there and laugh with me about me holding a purse. And I know I'm rich when I can go to his soccer game and cheer him on because he kick a ball that assist. He made an assist with a ball and it went into the goal. I know I'm rich when I'm surrounded by amazing women who are also rich in their own rights. I know I'm rich is because I can forgive people and have no guilt or shame on forgiving them, even when they don't deserve it. Just like God has forgiven me. So I want you to look for your own way of rich in your own life. What does that look like for you? I want you to look there because before you start with, I want to solve people problem, you have to do some self-work. And baby, if you don't do that self-work, the enemy will try to take you out and tell you what you already told yourself. Okay? And you're like, oh my God. You have to know you. You have to know thyself. That's one thing I think has saved my life, have saved my home, have saved my business. I know me more than anybody else. I knew I was rich more than anybody else. All I needed was a strategy to add to what I had already knew. Okay, somebody gonna get that later. I want you to replay what I just said. Okay. The monetary part of the rich just automatically came to match up with what I was already walking in alignment with. That's why I can allow and I'm just grateful that I have people around me who are already rich emotionally, physically, mentally, that when the devil try to pull you back out to poor, to join them, you can remind yourself like, okay, hold up, girl. Hold up. Mm-mm. When you're ready to be pretty and petty, you're like, can't, you know how hard is this going to take for me to go down, to come back up? Like, I just stay up and rich. You know how hard it is. So it's because the devil will do that. But when the storm clears and you get up and you are still standing, and then here's the other thing too is it's one thing when you're still standing after the storm clears, but when your partner is standing with you, solid, when your partner is standing with you, your teammates, your team, or whoever, your girlfriends, or what, it's like, wow, like, wow. Let me also say this at church yesterday, because I'm gonna break it down for you. Pastors talk about the storm, and some of us love to call tragedy and challenges that we go through like, why me, Lord? Why me? And that was me. Hello. It's me. And some of us love to call those situation challenging. And let me tell you what happened. Because that was me until yesterday. Pastor was talking about when prior to Jesus being crucified, he asked God, can you take this cup away from me? Now he's drenched in sweat blood. And he knows he's getting ready to be beaten. He knows he's getting ready to be crucified. He knows he's getting ready to be whipped. He knows he's getting ready, his nail getting ready to be on the cross. He knows he's going to have a crown of thorns around his head. He knows the physical and mental and emotional things that he is getting ready to go through. And he's saying, listen, God, can I go around it? Can I go under it? Can I go next to it? I don't want to go through it because it's just too hard. I don't want to go through it. Is there another way? Can we do this another way? I don't want to go through. Can I just go anywhere else but through? And God let Jesus know that the only way to go is through it. And as he's going through it, you see, you watch the video, you read it for your own self. It was painful. It was challenging. It was death. That's the best way. And you're not dead. But you know the beauty of what comes out of that death is because when you've been through challenges before, it developed what I call patterns. Now, I have been dealing with my own business coach on looking at some things with me. And one thing she says that I'm good at is seeing patterns. She said, I'm really good at that. So if you're following me, I got a therapist, I got a business coach, I got a life coach, all of that. Okay. So, and she was like, you're good at seeing patterns. And one pattern I see when it comes to challenges and depression and sadness, anxiety, I no longer look at them as being bad, no matter how painful they are. And the reason why I no longer look at them as being bad is based on my knowledge and investing in myself to get this type of knowledge that my clients get inside of my next move. We talk about this. Matter of fact, we're talking about this again tonight in detail inside of our next move program. And what I learned that these are just signals to say, hey, something need to change. I'm getting chills just like telling you this. Like, she's like, these patterns, these things are, you're seeing a pattern. Why is this happening? But these are just signals. These are just signals to tell you that something in your life need to change. And when you don't listen, the signal get more harder and more challenging because it needs for you to surrender to the signal and take action. That's number one. So I look at things that we face, suffering, as signals. Depression, anxiety, sadness, all of that is signals. That's something about you. So if you're feeling pain right now, you're like, oh my God, this is not working. I don't know whether it's personal or business. I want you to understand. I want you to recognize that as signals that something in your life needs to change and change ASAP. Not in somebody else's life. Don't point your finger at anybody else. Because sometimes he used other people to reflect back what's in you. Like, so you got to really look at yourself and says, what is going on here? What do I need to change about me? When I go through a situation, I don't look to the left. I don't look to the right. I say, what do I need to change? And I literally said that to my therapist today. She was like, that's when she says, you're not emotional, but you weren't born that way. So we got to unpack what that looks like. You know, you weren't born that way. I understand that's your cultural thing, but you weren't born that way. And for someone, this is what I hire her to do. And these are signals in your life. So now when you see the signals, that means you need to go left, right, up, center, what you need to do. And then there's some things that only way for you to learn is to go through it. And it is painful going through it. So when you're going through it, how do you come out on the other side? Let me tell you how. Because this is not your first rodeo. This is a pattern. You've seen a pattern before. You have survived some things that was meant to take you out, and you're still standing. And the fact that you're still standing, you know this storm that has came that was supposed to do a big one on you, it couldn't do their big one on you because you already know, listen, I'm going to go through the process. Like even when my girlfriends and friends or my support partners are telling me, hey, my gosh, I just can't wait for your testimonial and how this is going to, I'm like, listen, I'm going through it right now. I ain't there yet. I am not there yet. So I have the emotion, whatever that emotion look like. I just can get dangerous in that emotion, but I have the emotion. I have it. I don't fake it to say, oh, it's not. I have the emotion because I know all of that is cleansing. You're cleansing you're getting a clean of your heart, of your soul, of your body. And what gives me hope as I go through situations, there are two things. And number one, I want you to write this down. Number one, I know what's on the other side. You don't go through a storm like that and you don't come out better on the other side. And in this case, no matter what storm you're going through, it's especially better when you're not even by yourself when you get out. You're standing with support. You're standing with your people. It's even better. So because I've been through life ups and downs and medical stuff and all this stuff, I know I always get better on the other side. So that hope of me already knowing what the outcome is going to look like, not specifically the outcome, but what the outcome is going to look like, that give me hope. That give me hope. That right there give me hope. The second thing is, because I know that, the second thing is when that dust clears, if I was already 2x in the storm prior to the storm, baby, I'm 10x after the storm because my mind is now clear. I am now aware. I'm taking things into action. I'm not sitting on the lesson that was taught, and I become a, in a good way, dangerous person. I don't know about you, but I want you to understand that if you're going through right now, keep going, because on the other side, when you come out, the beauty about that is the lessons that you learn and how you're still standing and what you use that for later on. Because there's not a storm that I don't monetize. Okay. Going into the business side now, there is not a storm that I've been through. That's why I tell people, don't mess with me because I will profit from you. Don't mess with me because I will profit. You will be a testimonial. You will pay for my mortgage. Don't mess with me. Okay. so because the lessons, I take the lessons that's unpacked, and that can only be unpacked with a clear heart and a clean mind. I take the lessons from any situation and then said, okay, who is currently in that storm right now that need to come out? Let me go back and pull them out with the lessons that I've learned. And you're doing the same thing. So don't try to go through your storm so fast and miss the lesson. You want to be able to learn the lesson or unpack the lesson and see, oh my God, this is why, like I'm a scientist in disaster. I am a scientist. Like, what happened here? Why didn't this happen? People, I focus on what is this? Where is that? When other people are focused on crazy stuff, I focus on what is the lesson do I need to get out of this here? And then when I unpack what that lesson is, then I move it to the next side. Now, the lesson here in your rich life is like, okay, you can believe that you have a rich life. I can say it all day, but guess what? There's still something here that needs to be unpacked. There's still something here that, okay, what are you equipped with the information that you have a rich life, and we have verified that based on the things you survive, based on the people who love you, based on the things around you, based on the fact that you can have running water to brush your teeth and drink and all this stuff. Based on all of that, how do we match the monetization with that? Well, you do that by walking in that energy, by walking in your rich girl energy. You do that by being in alignment with what you say you already are. So you create demand from that space. Can I get an amen? You create demand from walking in that space. So when demand is being created, what does demand look like? Demand meaning putting your visibility and your magnetic message out there. We call it your buyer ready message. You're putting that out there. You can't have visibility without a message that without a message that attract other high caliber rich people who think and believe the same way you do. See, some of the times we go through storms and we get the lesson, but we just sit on it. We don't monetize it. We don't write that book. We don't create that masterclass. We don't create that challenge. We don't tell people about it. Baby, the storm was meant to take you out. You better take it out and get paid for doing it. Okay? So you create demand based on the alignment of you in a rich life. So now people are calling you like I have two podcasts I was supposed to get on that I did not get on. And I'm like, oh, this person called for a podcast and this person. And I'm like, oh my God, there's so much there's so much opportunity that's coming out of this situation that I have not had a chance to even be still. Like, I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And it was just so much. Like right now, based on when you're hearing this, we have a masterclass called How to Craft Your Signature Message to get people to say yes and buy. And that came out of me walking in the richness of my belief. So I'm like, oh my God, the demand is automatically created once I start believing it. And once I start believing it, I started activating it by creating things that provide demand for it, whatever whatever the offer that you sell is. Whatever that thing is for you. So you're believing it based on you can recognize and see it in your life. And then you're walking in an alignment of it by creating more demand of that. And demand, again, is created by messaging. Putting message out there into the world, into the online space. And then the people who hear your message say, hey, you're talking to me, girlfriend. I'm that high caliber rich woman that wants help, that wants your offer, that want to solve that problem. And they reach back and you reach back and pull them back out just like somebody did for you. And then when they do that, they get on your email list and they become a buyer. And when they become a buyer, they're like, and you already know, research has shown when a person buys one time, they keep buying. So then you get that stackable offer. You just start because you have a continuous cash flow of different stackable revenue that's coming in. And that start the momentum of your rich life. That start the momentum of your all because you chose to believe and walk in the demand of it of your rich life. So if you're believing that, you know that you are rich in life, financially, physically, and mentally. If you know that and you're like, hey, I want the finance to match up with this, that's where walk it out with me. We have a master class that's coming up that teach you how to craft your message. And if you're on my email list, you should already got it. But if you're not on my email list, just click the link below. I have a gift for you, my Demand and Paid 8 series audio. And that will get you into my email list and you will be getting upcoming events of any masterclass and stuff that I have. Let's start there. Let's start walking out your rich life. Don't sit on the lessons of the things that you've been through. It was there to teach you the lessons, and the purpose of you is taking that lessons and teaching other people who are currently stuck in that same spot to pull them out. And the only way to pull them out, they have to hear your word. That you have to speak it. The best thing Jesus ever did is he spoke. He spoke. The best thing Solomon ever did, he spoke. He spoke. Don't get distracted by poor people, poor in minded, poor in mindset, poor in belief system, passing up opportunities over and over. You are not that person. You were made to be rich. You are made to be abundantly wealthy. You already are. It's your birthright. It's time for you to walk inside of it. And then we want to see the monetary side of it, right? Because there are a lot of people who have the personal side, but the monetary side they struggle with because once they get into that side, they started looking at Instagram and they started creating lack. They started creating this lack in their life and looking at other people's life and saying, oh my God, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. Instead of wishing, just use that as inspiration. I started changing my Instagram timeline to only what I want to see. to own the type of lifestyle that I want to see. I don't care if it's AI. I wanted to condition my mind so much that me and my husband will continue to live the rich life that God has for us. Because when we're wealthy, the kids in Jamaica is wealthy. Our friends around us is wealthy. In a few days, I'm taking my girlfriends them to Eddie V's for I'm taking them to dinner. And then another one of my girlfriend is having an event for the kids in our community for education. And all of that was made necessary because I chose to create a rich life. So not only am I treating my rich friends, but I'm also treating the kids in Jamaica and helping them. And I'm also helping the community to create a scholarship for the kids in our community. I could not be able to do that had I not believed first, walking in demand of that, and create a system like a buyer list that keep on creating that demand, creating that opportunity to create a message that hook other high caliber women into as well. And I know you have that gift as well in your life. So if you want to walk that out with us, make sure you grab the Demand and Paid audio series so that can bless you. That's my gift to you for coming here and listening today. And then when you get on our email list, you get access to other live trainings and masterclass we have so you can continue live out that rich life process because you deserve that. Listen, I would love to hear your opinion and your feedback below. So go ahead and click the link and comment below. Just tell me more. And also click the subscribe link because I would love for you to be notified by clicking the bell whenever I come on. It's your girl, Sherry Summer Bell. I'll talk to you later.